One of the main collective karmas of the human species is polarity karmas, the karmas of this against that. And it doesn't really even matter what the this or the that is. You can substitute it for your favorite polarities, the Irish versus the English, the Israelis versus the Palestinians, gays versus straights, Republicans versus Democrats, the Yankees versus the Red Sox, me versus you, the Baptists versus the astrologers, any way you want to run it. And these polarities are destroying the unity and the sense of togetherness that we're all in this together on this planet. One way that those polarities are manipulated is through politics and mass media and culture, because mass media thrives on polarizations, on controversies. If the two main political parties in the United States ever settled their differences and got together, all the mass media would be put out of work. And so that's never going to happen. In the early stages of capitalism in the United States, those polarities were inflamed by factory bosses in Massachusetts, because in those days, there were various waves of immigrants coming to the United States, the Chinese, the Italians, the Irish, and whoever had been here first, I forget right now my history of who came first out of those three groups, but let's say it was the Irish, and the Irish were here first. They might be working for 5 cents a day in the factories in Massachusetts. And when the factory bosses got wind that boatloads of new immigrants were coming over, such as the Irish, they would go down to the docks and they would offer the Irish jobs in their factories for 4 cents a day. And the Irish would say, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is the land where the streets are paved with gold. They would come in and they would displace the Italians who'd been working there for less money. Now, did the Italians blame the factory bosses for this? Not at all. They blamed the Irish. And that was exactly the way the polarities were intended to work. Later, when further immigrants came over, such as the Chinese, they did the same thing. They offered the Chinese less money than the Irish had. And did the Irish blame the bosses? No, they blamed the Chinese. The same thing is going on here with Democrats and Republicans and Whigs and Tories. And until we outgrow the polarity karmas, there's little chance of getting together, because the vested corporate interests that run the world are laughing at you and me all the way to the bank.